Awaken the Warrior Within's goal is to change the lives of children, teens, and adults. Everyone has that warrior spirit inside of them, waiting to be awakened. With all the years I've been doing martial arts, fitness, and other sports, I noticed that some people did not have the confidence or the willpower to become a black belt. I believe every human being can be a black belt. It's here, not here. It's not the muscle, it's the brain not giving up and not quitting.
I can't hear you! Eyes on who? Sparta was a kingdom a long time ago that ruled the Peloponnesians for 700 years! Nobody could defeat us! We weren't just the strongest, we were the smartest! In ancient Greece, girls did not go to school, except in Sparta! In Sparta, boys and girls were equal. They started school at 6 years old. The girls were trained to run the city, to manage the household, to run the businesses. We didn't have stupid girls, we had smart girls. And the boys learned strategy and how to be a Spartiate, an equal among equals. But equal only to Spartans. Everybody else was cattle. We were smarter than everybody else, stronger than everybody else. And the one thing of all is, we never, ever gave up. Has anybody seen the movie 300? Raise your hand. Yes. Where 300 men, led by King Leonidas, held off millions, not one or two, but millions of Persian slaves. Because in Sparta, every citizen had the right to vote. Every citizen had a right to choose. But to be a citizen, you had to be a Spartiate. You had to start training at 6 years old, away from mommy and daddy, straight to the men's barracks. It was brutal and it was hard. And everybody who did not get good grades at school had to clean the toilet with a toothbrush. And the toilets back then weren't the nice shiny white ones you have now. They were a big hole in the ground. And you had to go into that hole and clean it with a toothbrush. Boys and girls. It's pretty gross. One thing we learned in Sparta is we fight as a team. Everybody is equal and everybody works together. When you got into a line, a phalanx, all they saw was thousands of shields and spears pointed at them. All you can see were toes and eyes. Everybody quaked and were afraid of us. Why? Because we never gave up. We would fight and fight until we won or died trying. Sparta was the only city that had a standing army of only 10,000. All the other cities had hundreds of thousands. But when they would get invaded or they would fight, they would ask Sparta, "Oh, Sparta, can you please help us? Because we can't fight these guys." And you know what the Spartans did? Did we send our 10,000 soldiers? No! We sent one, just one general. And that general would train the other cities on how to be a Spartan. And when he became a Spartan, won! People ask, well, why do you study Kung Fu? Why do you go to those classes? We can be home playing video games. You can be playing with your toys. It's like madness. Why do you do that? You tell them, madness? No. This is Sparta!
Yes. Val, I'm a winner! Future Black Sox! We are champions, sir! Now, I will! Listen to my parents and teachers! I will! We
They are a treasure to us. They are wise. They carry all our cultural and traditions and stories. They are the keepers of our heritage. We do things for them, not them doing things for us. The older they are, we think of them as having less time, so we try to make what time they have good.
They were called warrior societies, or Hatushkas. And it was only for the men. They were the warriors of the tribe, of course. So everything here has a meaning that goes directly to that. Back in the day, of course, they would wear breastplates. When the guns came out, you know, it was a little different. They had to change it. This is, not all the men would wear traditional buskins. You had to earn them in the back.
To me, he was one of the most amazing warriors. But what I'm using to teach people about, to have that samurai warrior spirit, is balance. What do I mean by balance? And by the way, most warriors had this, but the samurai were known for this. And as I said, most warriors are intellects. They're not just muscular, tough goons. The samurai they had the caste system in Japan. The samurai was the upper class. You could not become, like today we could join the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine if you pass your physical and your test. You had to be from that upper class. The samurai was known for the katana. Arguably, they say that the katana is the strongest made weapon in the world.
The gladiator was an ancient warrior who really went against the norm. They were a little bit crazy. Who else would be willing to step into an arena to fight wild animals, to fight other gladiators or condemned prisoners just for fun? They were basically slaves that were very well trained. They were in incredible physical condition, and they were trained in a bunch of different handheld weapons. Pikes, the sword, the Roman gladius, a net, pretty much anything that had a point on it or you could hit somebody with, the gladiator was trained with, and they could figure out a way to make it deadly. How many of you guys have seen the movie Gladiator?
It's an old movie. Some of you guys are old enough.
Yeah, right? Well, one of the things that you notice in there is that in that movie, Maximus goes against the norm as well. He was a Roman general that was given the opportunity to back a Caesar that had killed his father. And what did he do? He went against the norm and he said no. He was almost killed for it, turned into a slave, and he was put into the arena to fight. It would have been much easier for him to just go ahead and say, yeah, I'm going to back you, and he would have lived. His family wouldn't have been killed and such. And one of my favorite lines from that movie, and it's something that I live my life by, is what we do here today echoes in eternity. And if any of you know the story of Spartacus as well, he was probably the most famous of the gladiators. He was a slave that rather than just giving in to what was being done to him, he organized.
3, 2, 1.
Now, bring your back leg to the front. Put your head here. Put your head here. Pull the arm, throw. Oh, you're right. Okay, throw. Everybody up. 1, 2, 3. Pass for the ball.
When the Spaniards went and began to colonize they illegalized other bladed weapons because they deemed them too deadly. So they had to use the key of self-preservation.
I need you to get the switch.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Lower back, I rush in. I grab the back of his arm, I lift this one, grab my wrist, and I circle with this leg till I have stayed. In real life, he's gonna end up here and I'm gonna break his arm. He's rolling because he knows what I'm doing. But if the guy happens to roll in the street, you don't know what's gonna happen. I can drop my knees on him. It's gonna take me longer, but if I want to pop his arm, if it didn't pop, I can come back to this technique. Or I can stomp on his head. He's got a gun. I'd rather go to court than I stomped on this guy's neck and crippled him. As soon as you guys open it to my shoulder, if you make a mistake, it'll still work here. But I'd rather have it here.
What are you looking at? Come on!
Leave her alone!
Get out! I've had enough of you!
Scream, guys! Leave the daylights out of her! What are you doing in my neighborhood? Get out of my neighborhood! Your type here!
Hit her! Hit her! Punch her!
Grab her hair!
Throw him on the ground! Beat his butt up! Get behind you!
Scream, guys! Get out of here!
Break him! Break him! He ain't gonna do nothing! He ain't gonna do nothing!
With Master Anta. So, having said that, I wanted to go ahead and just let you know that truly the essence of Muay Thai, you could speak to it in one particular phrase. And that phrase embodies what Muay Thai truly stands for. And that is to stay humble on the outside.
And stay hungry on the inside.
Bye-bye.